Hi everyone, and welcome back to another food and fun video. Got another new keto recipe. Would have been in yesterday's slideshow. We've got a keto chili. Excited to go over this with you guys and do an eating show with you. So if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell underneath that so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. Share around this channel so you can help my channel to grow and I can help many people get their life back, and definitely shoot me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Keto chili. Stay tuned. Hello everyone, so great to see you. Always great to come in and do a food and fun Friday with all of you guys on another new recipe. I finally decided to do a keto chili. I've tested it out and, trial and error, but I come up with a great one and I want to share it with all of you guys. So we're going to do a food video here. Now, I do 1 meal a day. If you're new to my channel, I do OMAD. I do eat every 24 hours. I eat 1 meal, all of my calories in 1 meal. Some of you eat more than that. If you're going to eat more than that and you're doing the ketogenic way of life, you don't want to do more than about 6 or 7 carbs in one sitting. But because I'm doing 1 meal and not going to eat for 24 hours, and I do that 6 days a week, and then Sundays I break the fast a little bit more. I do more like a 16-hour fast. But then I can do all of my 20. It's 20 net or 20 total carb, however you want to do it. Net carb just means you can deduct the dietary fiber off of like veggies, or the like alcohol sugars off of like erythritol sugar, the stevia sugar, or the monk fruit. Those ones you can deduct that, and then you get what's called a net carb. You could take it off of the carb. Now, if you do total carb, you would deduct that. You would still stay with 20, where of course we're doing more than 20. When you're doing a net, we'd probably do more like 30 to 40 carbs because we're doing a net carb. I've always done net. I've been ketogenic for over 5 years. This November will be 6 years I've been ketogenic. So I just have been on a wonderful journey. I lost all of the weight that I had to lose in the first about 17 months, 15 to 18 months, right in there. I lost over 170 plus pounds. I was working with a keto doctor, 2 keto nutritionists, and my brother who teaches this as a job. And of course, all of the studying I did myself as well. And I've had pure success. And now for over 3 years, heading actually, what would it be, in April, I believe, coming up here in April will actually be 4 years I've maintained my weight out. I started my journey at 2 pounds shy of 300 pounds. I was 298, and I sit today between 135 and 145. Let's just say I range in there because I'm also building muscle and stuff. So really my average is like 139 to 142. That's usually where I sit, right in there. But I have proved all of that to you guys. I've showed you scale pictures. You see, fashion videos of me. And I've been able to maintain that weight out for all those years. And that's the hard part. Losing weight is not easy, but maintaining is way harder. And they say 1% will succeed in maintaining the weight. A lot of people, even if you don't gain it all back, some people gain some back, and it's just really hard. So I can't believe that I fit into that criteria of the 1%. 99% will gain their weight back, whether it be a little, whether it be all of it. I did many diets throughout my life, and I hate calling them diets. It's way of life. And that's what I had to learn, that it was a way of life, that you just couldn't magically lose all your weight and then just eat whatever you wanted again and never gain it back. So I gained all the weight back all the times that I had lost weight before. But this time I told myself it's not a diet. It's a way of life. This is something I'm going to do forever. Sure, I can have some cheat days. And what I got to be at like 6,000 days now. And I've had 10 cheats total. 10 cheat days in over, or right there at 6,000, because we're going, in November will be 6 years I've been ketogenic. So I've only had 10 cheats. I'm just not a person that really likes to have a lot of cheat days. I do a special occasion. I didn't have my first cheat till I was at goal weight. which was, I wanted to, my first original goal weight was 160. Wasn't happy there. I wanted to lose more. So my goal weight then was to see the 130s. I got to 139. I did a video a long time ago on that. And that was my goal weight. I had reached it. And then that year in November, I had my first cheat day. So it was well over my first, well over getting to maintenance mode and maintenance eating before I had my first cheat. But I've only done 10 in almost 6 years. So that's really, really good. And do I struggle? Yes. I know a lot of you people think, well, how do you do it? How can you just, continue to maintain your weight and do it so good? And how are you so strong? It's just because I did get to a realistic goal weight, a realistic BMI. So it's like, to me, I don't want to ever see myself heavy again. And all the other times that I got to 160, 170, I mean, I'm only 5'3". I range between 5'2" and 5'4". So I always tell people 5'3". It just depends on, some days I feel a little taller, I guess. I stretch out a little bit more, but we'll just say 5'3". So at 5'3", at 139, 142 pounds, that's not too skinny. By all means, that is not too skinny. I mean, how many models, like for instance, when I did my Wear It Wednesday video, the outfit I was wearing, I had seen the model off of Shein that was wearing it. She was 110 at 5'9" and looked fantastic. And here I am at 5'3" at 100 and almost, basically 140 pounds. So I'm 30 pounds heavier than her and she looked fantastic. So, I'm not too skinny, but I'm happy with this weight. I'm a 23 BMI, which is absolutely wonderful. And, I feel great at this and I don't need to be a toothpick. I don't need to be super, super skinny. I like the curves. I like, the curves that my body has and the working out and stuff I've done. So yeah, it's just been a wonderful journey for me, but I do struggle once in a while. There are days I say, this is not fair. I lost all this weight and I just want to eat something good. But then I tell myself, but look in the mirror, look at yourself. Do you truly want to go back to where you were? Do you want that lifestyle that you tried so many times to lose and gain back? I didn't want that again. So this time I really want it. You really gotta want this journey, whether it be ketogenic, whether it be, a low carb diet, a low fat diet, whatever way of life, it is a way of life. You need to realize that. You can't have a billion cheat days and all of that. You need to get to goal. And then once you get to goal, you'll realize that you don't want to have a lot of cheat days because first off, you'll feel like crap going that long eating good. Second, you see yourself then and you don't even want, I hate when I even go up 2 or 3 pounds if I, like on a Sunday when I splurge a little bit more and I eat a little bit more calories and I go up a little bit in water, not weight, just water. I'd have to eat a lot of calories to actually gain actual weight. It's just water, but I don't even like myself for that. I hate when I see myself 2 to 3 pounds up. So I'm very, very strict. I am not obsessive or, just like I obsess over it. I just don't ever want to be that obese person again. So I have my food under control. I was a food addict, definitely. I mean, I was almost 300 pounds. So I was definitely a food addict and now I've got it under control. And throughout the journey, I did not a lot of fasting in the very beginning. I ate like 2 or 3 meals and then a snack. And then I started to incorporate after a few months of getting good and fat adapted. Then I would add in 16-hour fasting. And that's basically what I did through the journey until I got to goal weight. And then I started incorporating 24-hour fasting, which I do now, which is OMAD. I've done alternate day fasting, incorporating a lot of fasting. And I love it, especially since the pandemic hit last year in March is when I started that OMAD, doing 1 meal a day, just to stay at my most optimal health. And I did end up getting COVID back in November last year. I did get it, but I got through it really, really quick. I thought I just had a sinus infection. That's it. Within 2 days, I felt great. A little bit of loss of taste and smell for a couple of days, but it all came back because I'm so healthy. And Dr. Berg did a video just recently on that people that do low carb keto, a low carb way of life, keto which is absolutely low carb because it's only 20 carbs or less, that are watching, doing fasting. He did mention that fasting, doing 1 meal a day or alternate day and all of that also boosts your immune system. And that's why I got through the COVID so much faster, because of the fact of how I eat. And I continued through that to do 1 meal a day. And that's what I continue to do now. And I love it. I know sometimes, even my son will say, well, don't you just want to have a good day? It's like, honey, I enjoy the way I eat. I do. If I didn't, I would change it. I enjoy my lifestyle this way. I enjoy the way I feel. I feel fantastic and I love it. So that being said, no, I don't hate the way I eat. I love the way I eat. I love doing 1 meal a day. And hey, I get a day every Sunday to splurge and just break that fast whenever I want and just enjoy what I want for the day. I don't even count the calories that day. In fact, I don't even really count the carbs that day. And that's probably why I go up a couple of pounds, just because it's water. Sometimes I don't, maybe it'll be less that day that I eat, but a lot of times I do go up 2 or 3 pounds and then I'll lose it, in a few days, but I don't care. That's what I want to do. That's what I enjoy doing. And that's how I want to do it. I keep feeling that cold button there. But anyway, so I enjoy it. If you need help, I have helped many people for free get their life back. In fact, over 3,000 people I have helped. So if you would like help, down in my description box is my email. Email me and I'd love to set you up on a macro plan. I need to go over and ask personal questions such as your weight, your height, your gender, if you exercise, different things, so that I can set you up on a macro plan since I was trained professionally. No, I am not professional myself, but I was trained by professionals. So I am able to help you. If you want the help, I'll do it for free. I will help you set up on a plan. But if you'd like to check with your doctor first and all that, definitely, look into that and everything. But the people that I've helped have had pure success. They say follow somebody that really shows proof. You want to see the proof. When you see people not really losing fat, stuff like that, that's going to discourage people. It also will be the people that will be like, well, I want to follow that person because I do like to cheat and all that. Well, you're not ready then. You're not there yet. If you are ready and you are ready to commit and say, I want to lose this weight, I want it off, I want to keep it off, then you want to follow a channel like mine, because I stick to what I say and I prove it all the time. You see me in videos all the time. I have nothing to hide from you guys because I do outfits of the day. You see my full entire body. I've showed you bathing suit pictures of me, my entire body. You've seen the skin I had. You've seen how much I lost, how hard I've worked with all this fasting, and just recently this year incorporated exercise. But most of that loose skin came off from fasting. Yes, when you hit autophagy after 18 hours, which is what happens when you go long fasting. So anything over 18 hours, you're hitting autophagy. It works on old skin, which is loose skin. So it'll get rid of the old skin, which is loose skin, and it'll build new. It makes you new again. It helps with all kinds of things, not just loose skin. I've done a video on that. If you need to look it up, go under miscellaneous or go under my keto journey, and you'll see I did a video on autophagy and all the benefits of that as well. So it's just wonderful. It keeps you young and healthy. I'm 45 years of age and I feel better than when I was 16. So if you need help, I'm here to help you guys. Now, my one meal here today, the chili. I am having a bowl of chili. What I made would have been it's in yesterday's video, all the stuff on it, how many carbs it was and everything. It was around 8 bowls in the whole pan. And it would be, for the bowls, after I calculate everything down, it's like 4.4 regular carb, total carb, because there's no net you can take off, because it would just be in the salsa that would have it, and that didn't have anything you could deduct. So it is 4.4. And then I've got some cheddar cheese or a Mexican cheese I've got on top here, and that would be another carb. So be 4 and then 5 and then some sour cream, and this is one sour cream that is just one. It's the Daisy, so it's 1. So then you got 4, 5, 6.4 carbs I've got here. Okay, and then I've got a cucumber with a little bit of ranch. I did just 1 serving of ranch and mixed it around. So we've got, we'll just say 5 and then we'll add that at the end. So 5, 1 here, so 5, 6, and then the cucumber, 7, 8, 9, no, 5, 6, 7, 8, because I peeled it, 8, and it was just a half a one. And then I've got one of these servings here of these wisps, these cheese wisps I would like to have with it. So 5, 6, let's see, what did I say? 5, 6, 7, 8, the yogurt, 9, 10, 11, the serving of nuts would make it 12. These are 2 apiece, 12, 13, 14. I'm going to put some whipped cream on, would make it 15. And then my creamer would make it 16. And then 2 of these sticks would make it one more, 17. So 17.4 net carbs for this whole meal. So I'm under 20 carbs here, which is great. I try to keep it 20 or less. Sometimes my meals do go over 20, but I'm going to go 24 hours. So if I do like 22 to 24, I don't get too upset because I'm going to go 24 hours without food. So yeah, excited and got it right there again. I got a lot of good stuff. Oh, and I have my MCT oil in here as well in my decaffeinated tea, just so I get enough fat. Plenty of fat, because we got brown beef in here and I kept the grease in there when I was making it. So that will give me more fat. And then these have some fat on it. They're cheese whisks. They're higher in fat. You got a couple fat bombs here with the fat. You got the nuts with the fat. You got the ranch dressing with the fat. And then you got the MCT oil. So I got plenty of good fats here to give me what I need for this one meal. Definitely, I try to do around 15 to 1800, and definitely that would be here. And then of course the cheese here too, that would add more fat too. So definitely enough fat in this meal. Because some people, may say, well, when you're doing one meal, you got to get enough calories in. There's plenty of calories in here. I got a lot of fat in here. All right, let's do our words of Jesus first. And then we will go on and do our video. Whoops. All right. This one is give your all. Luke 21, 3 and 4. I tell you the truth, Jesus said, this poor widow has given more than all the rest of them, for they have given a tiny part of their surplus, but she, poor as she is, has given everything she has. Now, these have been really coinciding with the videos I've been doing this week, which is really great on giving. Maybe God's trying to say something because we all got another stimulus, or most of us did, got another stimulus check. So I think that's a way of God trying to talk through us to tell us we need to, to give to people that need it. So if there are somebody in need and you got it, try to help somebody out. It goes on to say, this is a beautiful story of a woman who held nothing back from God's work. She had so little, but she gave significantly, trusting God to take care of her. It's a bit scary to think of living sacrificially, giving to God's work so that others can have the bare necessities. It's a step of faith to trust God to take care of any unexpected needs you might have and that you might be saving towards. Are you holding back from God? Your money, your energy, your time, your prayers? He notices. As we know, Jesus noticed the gentle widow who gave her all. And that's really important too when I talk about tithing your 10%. Never, never, never worry. Right off the top, before any deductions, what you make monthly, you need to give 10% to the Lord, to a church, to your church or to a church. That needs to come right off the top. And I know some people are going to say, well, I make enough that I would have to give like $600 or $700. God says not to worry. He's going to make sure. He's going to give back tenfold. He's going to make sure you have everything. Do you trust him enough to give your 10%? It's important to do that to God. Don't worry. He's going to make sure. And I'm living proof. I was one that feared that. And I started doing my 10%, and God has definitely transformed everything. He makes sure that I have everything I need. Maybe not everything I want, but everything I need. And some things I even want too. God definitely gives back. So, here we got this poor woman that just gave everything. And then you got the rich that don't want to ever give anything. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And that's why. And the richer you are, the more people walk away from God because they feel they don't need God. So I always don't ever want to be rich. Never, never, never. I'm comfortable. By all means, I am not rich. But God, I am rich in God, and God has made sure we have everything we need. And it just, he meets our needs. Sure, we have sometimes where it seems tough and hard, but all of a sudden God shows himself again and he says, here you go, here you go, here you go. So trust him with your whole self-being. God is real. Trust him. Don't be afraid to do your 10%. Don't be afraid to help people that are in need. If you have it, help. This was a great verse. So it says, give your all, definitely do. The bottom says, share with the Lord's people who are in need. Practice hospitality. Romans 12:13. And that's another great verse. Practice that. Practice being, with your hospitality and being good and generous and faithful and everything, because God will be faithful back to you. But he's not going to just do it a little bit. He's going to do it tenfold. One of the verses I listen to at nighttime, because I do listen to on my YouTube while we're going to sleep, I put it on repeat and I listen to Bible verses. And there's one that comes up that says about, when you give and I forget which one it was. I wish I knew which one it was. But basically it's as you give to the Lord, when you give your 10%, he will open up the floodgates of heaven and pour out and give you more than you could ever need. More than you could ever need. Okay? So don't ever worry. Trust him once. Try it once. Try it. Give your 10% 1 month to a church, to your church, and watch God show his work. But have that faith, and don't worry either during the time, because if you worry, you're not trusting the Lord. So don't worry. Have that faith and watch how much he does for you. Watch. He'll make sure you have everything you need. Everything you need. Start your day, go through your day, and end your day with Life's Manual, the beautiful Holy Bible. Pick it up, read it, spend quality alone time with the Lord, getting a personal relationship with him, and reading this beautiful book here that was predicted of everything and anything that's going to happen. Even Revelations, when the world ends, when Jesus returns and everybody's here to serve purgatory. It'll even tell you that. But it's also going to tell you, like I always say, 365 times to fear not, because all of this was predicted. So everything we're going through right now was not any news to God. God knew and foreseen this coming. He knew it. But as a Christian, we can live happy and know that God's there, because if our time is up or something happens to us, we know right where we're going because we have our salvation. If you don't know if you have yours and you want to know 100% you're going to heaven, I can help you with that. Again, my email is linked down in my description box. Come in and I will help you. It's in the Romans verses. I can read them to you and we can pray together. And, I'd love to help you out. I'd love to help you get your salvation. If you already know how to do it, it's asking the Lord into your heart, asking and believing, having that faith, believing that he walked this earth, was born to walk this earth, to just die on the cross for us, to rise again, to go to heaven, to sit with his Father and wait for us. But if we believe that and he died on the cross for all of our sins, to forgive our sins of the world, that God sent his son to do this for us. Do you know John 3:16? For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whoever believeth in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. We're never going to die if you believe. We'll never die. And before our sins are even committed, they're forgiven. That's what the cross is for. But still ask for forgiveness and thank God daily. Did you thank him today for waking you up, giving you another day again? Thank him. And pick this up. Read it, you guys. No, it won't keep you out of heaven if you don't read it. If you believe in Jesus, you believe all of that, sure, you're going to heaven. But do you want to just get there by the skin of your teeth, or do you want Jesus to open up his arms and say, good job, when you walk through the pearly gates? So read it. It just is going to help you more in your life. It really will. People dealing with anxiety and fears and all of that, right here, God says, cast them all on to me. I'll take them. If and maybe you didn't know that. If you don't know a lot about the Bible, it says it right in here. God will take it all for you if you trust him and have faith. And if we ask, Mark 11:24 says, ask whatever you pray for in faith and believe, ask and you shall receive. So if you believe it, you're going to receive it. No, you can't say, give me $1 billion, God, but I'm talking about true things in your life that you believe, your health, different things like that. You can ask God, God, please, I faithfully believe that you're going to do this. Thank him and trust him, and it's yours. It truly is. That's Mark 11:24. Great verse. One of my favorite verses. And John 3:16 and Philippians 4:13. I could do all things through Christ who strengthens me. There's so many I love. But definitely great verses. Just get close to the Lord, you guys. Get close. Our time definitely one day is going to be up. Jesus is going to return one day to get us. He promised. He won't come all the way to the earth. He's going to be floating up in the sky. We're going to go up with him. If we believe, we're leaving with him. And then, of course, another time he is coming back again after tribulation to fight the devil then. And we're going to chain the devil to hell forever so he can't hurt us anymore. But when he tries to hurt us now, rebuke him. You always want to say, get thee, Satan, behind me in Jesus' name. And always say that, because Jesus flees when he hears that. He just goes. He's going to come back and try to upset you. But keep rebuking him in Jesus' name. Tell him to get behind you where he belongs. So, all right, everybody. Let's go ahead and enjoy this. I got the cheese melting in here. Yum, my sour cream. Yum, yum, yum. Now, this chili, if you did see the video yesterday, is a little bit more watery, but I've made it before. The next day it does thicken up because I'm adding 5 cups of water to it. And of course it gets a little watery, but I like my chili that way. I prefer it that way. So if you don't want to, you wouldn't have to add as much water, but let's see. I kind of want to show you a bite here, but it's kind of hard to stand up without dripping and everything. I don't want to drip, but maybe I can get close. Look at that. Doesn't that look delicious, you guys? Yum. Oh, that is totally chili. And basically, if you didn't see the video yesterday, definitely revert to it so it's really easy to make. You know me. I'm quick, easy meals. I like the quick, easy, keto meals. So this one is basically just ground beef, salsa, and some seasoning. That's it. Yep. But it tastes just like chili. It is chili all the way. Oh my gosh, yum. And I haven't had chili for so long, but I wanted to. The weather's, we're starting to hit, we're in spring now, but we have some days, like today's a rainy day, so I thought a perfect day to do a chili. That'd be more fall. But I never got a chance to, and I told you guys I was going to do a chili. My brother Rob has done one. That cheese likes to stretch. Has done a chili, and that's how he did it too with the salsas. I don't know all that he added for the seasoning, but my seasoning was just chili powder, because of course you don't want chili seasoning, because chili seasoning has a lot of carbs, so you want to do chili powder. And then I did cayenne pepper to make it spicy, because I like my stuff spicier, and this still isn't too spicy. And then salt and pepper and oregano. That's it. But just look back on exactly how to do it. Oh my gosh, so good, you guys. I haven't had chili for so long, and this is identical. Identical. It's got, of course, salsa, you know, has the tomatoes in it. It's got the peppers in it, the onions in it, celery in it. So it's got, you know, what you would use to make chili. Little spice. And what I love about it is it doesn't have to cook all day long. When you make chili, you want to cook it all day when you're making it because the veggies have to soften and all that. Don't have to when you use salsa. Everything's already soft. So prep time and all that, and I said yesterday's video, was like an hour and a half to 2 hours. Like, because you want to let it simmer for like an hour or whatever, but like the prep time and all that, let's just say like cooking the hamburger and then putting the stuff together and all that was probably about half hour, 15 minutes to a half hour. And then I like simmered it for like an hour, hour and a half before I ate it. Now, I've done this before. I do the leftovers get put in the fridge later after it's cooled off, and then it does thicken. So the next day I can add more water, more of the chili powder, more of the cayenne, and then, so that's what gives it the 8 bowls. You'll definitely get 8 bowls out of this. Remember when you're doing it too, the juice isn't going to count as much or whatever because it's a lot of water. So that's why the next day you'll add more water to it. Yum. Oh my gosh, it is so good, you guys. Let's try one of our cheese crackers. Because, you know, everybody likes to have crackers with their chili. So I thought I would do these. Still gives me a cracker. And it's Parmesan flavor. So, yeah, that tastes good. Oh, I didn't get a fork for my cucumbers. That's okay. I can use a spoon here. Love my cucumbers. So how is everybody? Hope everybody's doing well, staying healthy, not fearing anything, because if you're walking with the Lord, ain't nothing to fear except for God himself. That's the only thing we need to fear. But anyways, yeah, I just, you know, sorry, this month has been a little bit different. You know, I didn't do a lot of videos this month. I'm sorry, I just got extremely busy. But life can do that to you sometimes. Sometimes you can get busy. So hopefully now I'm back to my videos, and hopefully I won't have to take any more time off for a while. Ooh, I love my tea. Love my tea. So I was trying to figure out, you know, usually when I do these videos, I do a teaching in it too, but I did some in the beginning there. Telling you guys a little bit about my story. Also, if you're new, when I first started, I developed a heart condition back in 1998. I started my journey in 2004. Back in 1998, when I got pregnant with my son, after I had him, I developed what's called postpartum cardiomyopathy. That's an enlarged diseased heart. My heart was only functioning at that of an 83-year-old. It was only functioning at 8%. The upper left ventricle was double in size, and it was only functioning at 8%. I was on a heart transplant list. I was on a lot of meds. I was only 22 years old. I was told I couldn't have any more kids. All of that, I had to get my tubes tied by the age of 23 because they said if I got pregnant, it would kill me and all that. And through medication and stuff, I got my heart up to about 25%. But when I, you know, still didn't feel the greatest, and I was gaining more weight, and I was just getting more and more unhealthy, developing high blood pressure, high triglycerides, high cholesterol, pre-diabetic. I was, you know, adding more onto my plate. I ended up with PCOS, which I would have gotten when I was younger, but it really went into full force when I was heavier. So I was breaking out with acne really bad, HPV, and GERD, stomach problems. I mean, you name it, I had it. And so in 2004, I decided to change my life, and I did keto, and everything changed. I was on 22 medications for the heart and for all the other things that are wrong. And I'm now down to just 2 meds for just the heart. The heart is at almost 50%, you guys, and it could be 50 because I haven't had it checked in almost 3 years now. So it could be 50% because of the working out and everything I'm doing. But it was like right there at like 45%. So it was pretty high, the last one I had. And They said the function was better. The size has come down to completely normal size. And I'm on just 2 meds. One is a beta blocker, and the other one is just to help because my blood still pools a little bit as it pumps out of the heart. That's it. But other than that, I'm almost back to complete normalcy. And yeah, the meds are really, really low dose. And sometimes he thinks I could be without him. He said, let's just wait till we check you again. We'll do an MRI this time instead of a cardio echogram. Let's do an MRI so we can really extensively look at the heart. We can look at more, and maybe we can eliminate those meds from you. And man, it would be great to get off of everything, wouldn't it? Wow. So, but yeah, I mean, I've come a long ways. I mean, keto is a really great way of eating, and you want to incorporate fasting after you get good and fat adapted. Don't do it right away. Wait a couple months. But start incorporating. Just start with 6 hours and try to do 8, work your way up to the 16. 16 being the lowest for what they recommend. And then try to do 18. Try to do OMAD. As you go along, you'll understand how easy it is to fast. It's not that hard. At first, it's hard. Sure, that's why I tell you to start off slow and wait till you're good and fat adapted. With keto, if you're doing ketogenic. You can do any way of life and fast. I just mean if you're doing ketogenic, before you start the fasting, just good and fat adapted so your body doesn't, have a rough time. Because then keto is also a appetite suppressant. You'll notice as you go along, so you won't even feel hungry. And especially if you have weight to lose. There's weight on your body, it'll eat that. So, but anyway, so, I usually tell, I was thinking, wow, I haven't done a lot of like a video on teaching and so like that. So I thought I'd do a little bit in this video here and maybe tell a story, but I just couldn't think of one this time. I don't know. If I think of one, maybe I'll tell you guys one. Sorry guys, that cheese just is so melted in there, it just stretches when I'm eating. Oh my gosh, this is so yummy. A lot of good chunks of meat, ground beef. Yummy, yum, yum. So good. Not sure if I can think of a story. I know I have many stories. I mean, who couldn't have like many stories growing up? If I can, I apologize, you guys. I'll try to have one for next time, but gosh, there's got to be some story. Every time I think of one, I've already told you guys. Yeah, pretty much. Every time I think of something, I already told you. Wow. I'm trying to think of one with my kid. Let's see. Well, this won't be a real long story, but I'll tell you a story. My kid had a bad habit of this when he was little. He was about 2 years old. Where we lived, we had we lived in a complex, townhomes, and the people would come in pretty fast. They weren't supposed to. There were stop signs and everything there. Nobody ever followed through with them. They'd come in pretty fast or whatever, and the managers, who were my aunt and uncle, would, try to slow them down if they seen it, would yell, there's a stop sign right there, you need to slow down, there's kids around. There was just a lot of young kids that would come through there really fast, and scary to have that, somebody coming through there so fast. But my son, oh, there just went mine. Well, jeez. My kid just got into a habit of wanting to run out to the road. And, of course, we were always right there by him. Right there by him. He'd be playing at the park. But he would get in his little head. Like, the little horns would come out. A little spun. And he would just all think, I want to run in the road. Because he knew that we would always, chase after him. And what kid doesn't like that, So we'd chase after him, but he'd get yelled at and stuff like that afterwards. But he was just little, so we weren't really spanking him, just getting mad. He was only 2. We do the no and stuff like that. But he would get this look. And Dylan, if you're watching, I know you don't remember the look, but we've told you. He'd get this look on him. He would turn and look at you at the corner of his eye and get this little smirk. And you just knew, that's it. He's taken off. He is taken off and he's booking. And I don't know how this little 2-year-old could run so fast. But he could. He had it right for the road. Now we're only, 10 feet from him. He's playing at the playground. But he would give us that look. He didn't do it all the time. But he gave us this look. And we knew, oh no. We're sitting down on the grass on a blanket or something. We would have to jump up and he would take off. Right after he did, he'd take off and run right to the road. And every time we got him, thank God there was no cars coming, but he'd run right into the road. And, we'd pick him up, bring him in and say, no, you can't do that. And all of that. And one of these times he ran out and there was a car coming. I grabbed my son in time of not being hit by a car. He almost got hit. They're coming around, because the way the road is, it curves. So they didn't really see him. And then when they did, they slammed on their brakes. But yeah, if they weren't paying attention and was going a little bit faster, they would have hit him. That scared me so bad that I brought him to my daddy, his papa. My dad's gone now. But I brought him to his papa, and I said, you got to take care of it. I was so mad and shaking so much because I thought I almost lost my kid. And I wasn't one that really, as a parent, I didn't really like to spank my kids. I didn't like to spank my kid. I just didn't. I could tap his hand or whatever, but I didn't want to spank him. So my dad would help me out with, with that or whatever. But my dad didn't just give him a whooping on his little tush. He pulled his diaper down and spanked his little butt with his hand, but enough for it to hurt and sting a little bit so that he never did that again. Because I said, Dad, my dad's seen this. He witnessed this too. So we knew we had to give him a little bit of a scolding. Open hand. We didn't use a board or anything. We didn't, abuse him. Just some taps on his bare butt so he could feel that sting enough to never do that again. And because then Papa could say, you do that again, I'm going to spank your little butt. I thought, oh my gosh, I almost lost him. And so that was pretty scary, but he got this look all the time. And it was funny until that day. It wasn't funny running on the road. We would get nervous. But we always caught him before he hit the road. That's what it was. We always caught him before he hit the road. This time he got into the road and there was a car coming. Fast. My uncle, being the manager, screamed at the people for coming around the corner so fast because they're like, there's a stop sign here. There's kids that live here. What's wrong with you? That's his nephew, his godchild. Yeah. He scolded this person big time. But thank God Dylan never did that again. Because that spanking on his booty, he never did that again. And we had to, because that could have killed my kid. So we had to teach him somehow where my dad, had to tap his little bare butt with his hand. But they say that's okay. Open hand is okay. He was a baby, had a diaper on. My dad knew he wouldn't feel it, so he had to kind of do it on his little bare butt. But he never did that again Thank God it was enough. He never did that again. Never had to worry about that again. But he always gave us that look. And he did that same look when he would be pooping in his diaper. And he wouldn't want you to look at him. He'd go into another room. And this was around about a year and a half. Because we got him, I think we pretty much had him trained around two, maybe a little over 2. But he'd get that look about a year and a half, 14, 15, 16 months, right around there. He'd get that look, and the same thing, he'd look at you like this, but he'd go in another room, and then he would turn and look at you at the corner of his eye like this, and if you looked at him, he would go like this, like that. He didn't want you to look at him when he was going to the bathroom in his diaper. He did not want you to look at him. So he always had that look. One was a funny look, one was a don't look at me, I'm going to the bathroom. So yeah, he didn't like that at all. He did not like anybody looking at him when he went to the bathroom. So thought I'd tell you guys that story. Maybe not a very long story, but hey, it's still a story, right? And just shows you, keep a good eye on your kids, and always just watch them, because like when I told you the story about my brother almost getting hit by a semi when he was a baby, people can, kids can get hurt. A lady I knew where I used to live actually witnessed, and this is really sad, witnessed her own son getting run over by a school bus. Yes, he died. And it really, ruined her. It messed with her head after all those years, I mean, witnessing something like that, it made a person crack. It would make any parent crack, Watching your child get run over by a school bus. And that's one of the things I worried too, is a school bus would come around and not see Dylan being so little, only 2 years old, Ooh. Spicy. I love the liquid part though of any chili. Well, that's making my nose run. Oh, that's good though. Very, very good. Yum, yum, yum. Where am I at right now? Ooh, I'm getting up there. I must have talked a lot in the beginning. Well, I've been away for a while, so I'm sure you guys won't mind a little bit of a longer video. Hold on. Yum, that was good. Good to have a chili when you haven't had it for a while. And I know I was going to use these crackers for that, but I forgot the chili was so good. I didn't even eat them. So I will finish all of this up, but I'll just real quick do a little bit of this yogurt with you. Kind of what I do at the end. Let's just do a serving of this. And we'll open up one of the fat bombs. I know I keep getting the lemon. The lemon's my favorite. I don't buy any of the other ones anymore. And sometimes I do think about my mint ones. I'm not real big on the peanut butter ones. I don't care for the peanut butter ones. I like that in the Quest. I like peanut butter cups in the Quest. But for the Slim Fast, I don't like the peanut butter ones. I like the cluster. I like the mint. And I like the caramel cup. But my favorite is the lemon. I keep buying the lemon. Because I'm a white chocolate person. That's white chocolate. So, so good. It's got the white chocolate and a real strong lemon taste. I have macadamia nut on here. And it's just a vanilla yogurt. Yum, yum. These are the keto approved yogurts here. The Too Good. If you can see that, if you're new to my channel, those are the ones we can have. They are 3 carbs. Most yogurts are a lot more than that. So, I love nuts or fruit in my yogurt. So I'll do and the only fruit we can have on keto, if you're new, is just berries. Raspberries, strawberries, blueberries. I know that everybody's going to say, well, fruit's good for you. It is good for you, but it's just that we only do 20 carbs and apple alone is 30. So we only do you want to know a simple way to do keto, it's meat, cheese, eggs, and green leafy veggies. That's keto. But of course, they have a lot of new products out, you know, where we can have bread and stuff now. But when you're starting off, keep it simple. Keep it simple. I love that white chocolate. Okay. Take a sip here. All right. And then I'm going to get off here. I will have linked down below in this box how to make the recipe again. Go ahead and look at yesterday's slideshow, though it's just a quick 2.5 minute, 3 minute slideshow showing you exactly how to make it. You know, I just go through, I do the pictures and I do voiceover. So it's pretty easy if you just watch that. But if you didn't get a chance to watch it and you just, you know, want to just know too, in that box, I also wrote the ingredients and how to make it, and I'll have it listed in this one too, the ingredients and how to make it. And, you know, I talk about the carb count and all of that on there for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry that I was gone for a week and then another week at the beginning of the month. Sorry about that. But hopefully I'm back now with my videos, and we'll just keep going from here. But I missed all of you guys very much. Stay close to God. Get a great personal relationship with God and help anybody out that needs help. If you got it, help people out. Make sure to give God his 10%. And that is to a church. That's who you're supposed to give it to. Give it to God. I love all of you guys very much. Everybody take care. God bless. And I'll see each and every one of you in my very next upload.